What if the funniest rooms on TV were also the rooms that taught us how to say goodbye? Stay with me till the very end, because we're revisiting the hearts behind the jokes, the voices behind the one-liners, and the final farewells of the people who made Benson feel like home. I've tucked a quiet tribute in the last minutes that ties all their stories together, so don't miss it. Like now, breathe in, sit back, and let's remember them with warmth, care, and a smile that lingers. Benson was more than a sitcom. It was smart, quick, and warm at the same time. It gave us sharp political teasing, tender friendship, and the kind of family you build at work. We laughed at the governor's mansion because it felt like a busy house we all knew. A steady voice in the kitchen, a prank from the hallway, a small kindness when no one was looking. The show worked because the actors filled every corner with life. Their goodbyes deserve that same care. Let's start with the man at the center, Robert Guillaume, who brought Benson DuBois to life with calm power and a smile that said, "I've got this." He began as the fast-thinking head of household affairs, rose to budget director, and then to lieutenant governor. And he did it with timing so smooth it felt like music. He won Emmys for both supporting and lead actor in a comedy, breaking ground while making it look easy. Away from the mansion, his voice carried deep feeling as Rafiki in The Lion King. And on stage, he stunned as the Phantom in Los Angeles. He passed in 2017 at the age of 89 after prostate cancer, leaving behind a trail of roles that still teach younger actors how to hold a room with grace. You can hear his rhythm even now. When the show needed heart, he set the beat down by his side, and sometimes a step behind on purpose. Was James Noble as Governor Eugene Gatling? He made well-meaning into an art. His governor was kind, a bit distracted, soft at the edges, and funny without trying. It's hard to play a gentle soul and still feel real, but he did. His scenes with Benson felt like two friends trying to guide the same ship in different ways, and somehow docking it with a laugh. He died in 2016 at 94 after complications from a stroke. Think of his twinkling eyes, his earnest O, and the way he could turn a simple line into a warm blanket. That's how he stays. Then there was the stern voice from the pantry who slowly became family. Inga Swenson as Gretchen Krause. At first, she was the strict housekeeper with the sharp comeback and the spotless standards. Over time, the walls came down, and we saw a loyal friend under the crisp apron. She traded barbs with Benson like a pro each line tidy. Each look pointed, and she earned 3 Emmy nominations for it. Beyond the show, she had a strong stage career and the Tony nominations. She left us in 2023 at 90, peacefully. When we picture Krause now, we don't just hear the bite. We feel the care she tucked into every scene. The way a firm word sometimes meant "I'm on your side." Renee Auberjonois gave the mansion its perfect foil in Clayton Endicott 3. The tidy, proud, often riled chief of staff. He played him with a dancer's balance, chin high, voice crisp, ego large, but soul peeking out at the right moments. Clayton could be fussy, jealous, and desperate to be right, and yet Renee found the human under the fuss every time. Off Benson, he gave fans a whole second life of work on stage and in space on Deep Space Nine. He died in 2019 at 79 after a fight with lung cancer. Watch one of his old scenes and listen for the tiny crack in the voice when Clayton gets brave. That's craft, and that's love for the character. Caroline McWilliams brought soft light and quick wit as Marcy Hill, the governor's secretary and Benson's trusted friend in the early years. She was kind, a little unlucky in love, and always honest. Even after she left the show, the echo of her calm stayed in the halls. She worked for years across soaps and dramas and later directed for the stage. She died in 2010 at 64 after multiple myeloma. When you think of the young seasons, you can still feel her steady touch, the way she could settle a room with one look, then land a joke like a feather on a table. Quiet doesn't mean small. It means short. When the show's later seasons needed a shot of Lipton warmth, Billy Bird arrived as Rose Cassidy, the housekeeper who poured coffee and truth with the same hand. She was quick, wise, and just rough enough to make every sweet line land twice as hard. Her real life was just as rich: vaudeville kid, USO legend, crowd-lifting spirit. You've seen her in movies big and small, always the spark in a corner frame. She died in 2002 at 94 after battling Alzheimer's. The laughter she made was the kind that sits in your bones, the kind that tells you everything will be fine if you keep the coffee hot and the stories honest. Percy Rodriguez added weight and wisdom as Judge Ned Harper. His presence, deep voice, clear eyes brought a moral center to episodes that needed one. He had already broken barriers on Peyton Place, and his voice later became a legend in movie trailers. He worked to show proud, full characters on screen at a time when the roles were often thin. He died in 2007 at 89 from kidney failure in Indio, California. Think of the way he could hold a pause and make it feel like a verdict, and how he made every room stand up a little straighter dot in one of the show's boldest chapters. William Marshall walked in as the stranger, a calm, heavy presence who felt like the shape of time itself. He was famous for giving Blackula dignity and fire, loved for his Othello on stage, and adored by kids as the king of cartoons. On Benson, he turned a comedy into a small stage play about life and fate without ever breaking the spirit of the show. He died in 2003 at 78 after Alzheimer's and diabetes. His voice still rolls like thunder, measured, kind, and impossible to ignore. The mansion also had rooms that filled and emptied as the years turned. You can hear Ethan Phillips as the clever press secretary Pete in your head, even if he is not in this list of goodbyes, because his life and work continue. The same is true for Missy Gold, who gave Katie a kid's honesty that still stings in the best way, and for Dee Dee Kahn and Louis J. Stadlin, who brought early sparks. We name them here with gratitude while keeping this tribute focused on those who have passed. Memory is a full house. Everyone gets a seat. What made these goodbyes so hard is that each actor gave us a different way to love the show. Robert Guillaume's calm was a North Star. James Noble's gentle heart made the jokes feel safe. Inga Swenson Steele showed what care can look like when it sounds like a scold. Renee Albergen was polished let us laugh at pride while seeing the soft spot under it. Caroline McWilliams made quiet feel powerful. Billy Bird made comfort feel like a punchline with arms. Percy Rodriguez made duty feel human. William Marshall made a small screen feel as wide as a stage. Put them together and you get a home you can still walk through years later. If you are still with me, and I hope you are, here is that small tribute I promised. Close your eyes and picture the mansion kitchen at dawn. The coffee maker hums. Krause checks a list on the fridge. Clayton straightens a stack of folders no one asked him to touch. The governor wanders in with a story that went nowhere, but makes everyone smile. Marcy peeks through the doorway to say there's mail. Rose sets a cup down, then another. Benson walks in, looks around, and the room settles like a song finding its last note. Now open your eyes and notice you're smiling. That's them, still working.